Welcome to Kung Fu Effort number 2. This is part 2. This is about basics. Knowing the how, the where, the when, the who, the how, and why, and all that other shit. Still important. But now you need to know how to use your basics. You'll have a little bit more action in this video because of the simple fact that I'll get to show you your basics. Alright? Your basics, your combos, you're going to need those. You are not going to need this reverse tornado kick, and you're not going to need the tornado kick. So I'm only going to do the reverse tornado kick because my hip's hurting. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get the chance to use that as I dig out these 2 wedgies. So, what are your basics? What are your basics? You have your basic front. Boom. You have your basic inside to outside crescent. Boom. You have your basic outside to inside crescent. Boom. You have your side kick. Boom. You have your double side. I always go low, high. Some people go high, low. For this video, we're going to go low, high. Boom, boom. Alright? On this side. And you notice my guard is not up. I did that purposefully so because this is not comfortable. Okay? It's not comfortable. But you need to do it that way. I know it feels funny, but it's the same thing with this leg. Alright? The guard went in a little bit, but it's still there. However, it went into the position of where if somebody kicked my guard, it would have knocked me in the forehead and probably knocked myself out. So, from this side, you see this guard still there, this guard still there. Alright? Funny thing, because you know when you sit here and here and here and here and here, which this block is rarely used, and this block is rarely used, because you know when you're fighting, you go in and boom, boom, boom. That's never going to happen. It's always bat, 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 you know, or bat, bat. Now, what you did on the right, got to do on the left. Outside to inside crescent kick. Boom. Inside to outside crescent kick. Boom. This is the leg with the hip replacement. This is the one that's hurting. Side kick. Low, high. Alright? Now, there will rarely be times where you'll have to use the spinning back kick. Alright? Or the spinning hook kick. Now, this side's going to be tricky. Spinning back kick. Spinning hook kick doesn't exist. And slipping. Very easy to slip. Front kick. Boom. Front kick to side kick. Boom. Boom. Alright? Understand. Jumping front kick. Boom. Jumping front kick. Boom. Now those are some do-don'ts. Alright? Why do I call them do-don'ts? Do's because they're basic. Don'ts because both of your feet are leaving the ground. Alright? You're not going to get the chance in a fucking actual fight to do this. You see I have no room? The ceiling's not as high as I think it is. And you have to understand that shit. You know? This is why you stick with your basics. Basics are going to be what you use in a fight. Basics are what you're going to use in the street. Basics are what you're going to use in the arena. Basics are basic for a reason. Basics work. Finishing kicks and all that shit, save it for the movies. Anything wushu based, save it for the movies. Taekwondo, Kung Fu, Karate, you want to use Kung Fu and Karate because those are more baseline martial arts. When you start getting into where you're doing like 560s and then a tornado kick, you're never going to get the chance to do that in real life because that first rotation is the only rotation you're getting. Alright? You can believe what you want. Now, as far as a fight scene goes, that's going to fucking look spectacular. But as soon as you get into this move and you hit the air with a tornado kick, boom! I'm kicking the shit out of you with a basic front kick. I am not going to sit here and watch you spin 3 times and then kick me in the face. Only an idiot or a Saiyan would allow your ass to get hit like that. Because a Saiyan's going to get back up. A normal person's probably going to fuck to sleep. And welcomely so, because you were stupid enough to sit there and let somebody spin 3 fucking times and then kick you in the face. You deserve to go to fuck to sleep. Because you let that shit happen. In real life, nah. Reset and you start jumping and spinning, boom! Or sidestep, boom! I'm going to do some shit that's going to save me. And it's going to be basic. It's not going to be fancy. It's going to fucking be basic. Now, why is it going to be basic? Because basic fucking works. You watch all these kung fu movies, you see all this fancy shit. Go back and watch some Bruce Lee movies, and everything you see, he's going to do basic shit. He doesn't do none of that fancy shit. You rarely see him doing any jumping spin kicks. You rarely see him doing any tornado kicks. Rarely. Most of his shit is basic. Same thing with Chuck Norris. Most of their shit is basic. Now, Sammo, Jackie, and Jet, them motherfuckers get down. But I'm pretty sure they would tell you in a real fight, you basically want to use basics. Now, Jackie and Sammo, they kind of throw tables at motherfuckers. So you kind of got to go with that. And if you see a table flying at you, I would hope that you would block it or be really smart, dodge it, get out of the damn way. Because, blocking a table was the thing. If you think you can block a table and you think you're strong enough to do it, hey, I'm not going to stop you. As a person right now, I'm saying, please do not try that. If y'all doing a fight scene, great. But if you actually get into a fight and someone throws a table at you, you're probably going to sleep. Especially if you don't see it coming. It's the same thing like, all right, if you watch wrestling, getting hit by a chair hurts. Any wrestler will tell you, getting hit by a chair hurts. You will adapt if you get up. You don't get up, well, when you wake up in the hospital, you'll know what the fuck happened. I'm sure somebody's got a camcorder or a video thing on the cell phone. I'm sure they're watching. Which, again, is why basics save lives. Alright? Somebody running at you, boom! That's a basic front kick. All of this is your target. Boom! Somebody running at you, side step. Boom! That's a knee. Boom! That's a back elbow. Basic shit. Basic shit. They're running at you, boom! Boom! You understand? You crescent kick and you led them to where you were going to make your next move. Jump and spin kick. I'm open. Watch. I am completely open. No matter where I go with this kick, I am open to somebody sidestepping and clotheslining, sidestepping and kicking. Wherever I land, they could be there before I get there. Same thing with a foot sweep. If I lift my leg up when you go for that sweep and I come down on your leg because you were sweeping, I'm going to break your shit. Which is exactly what I plan on doing. Whether it's a back foot sweep or a front foot sweep. I'm breaking your fucking leg. With a basic kick. Boom. Now here's that jumping spin kick that I talked about. There's no one here, but if there was people here, you would see, let's put it this way. Picture 4 people. One here, one here, one here, one here. My rotation will probably only hit 3 of them. But in real life, I wouldn't hit none of them. Because all they have to do is just step back. So they're coming at me. These 3 guys. Miss the guy behind me. See, watch. Again. So they got this guy, this guy, and this guy. Guy behind me. So no. You would not use a jumping spinning kick on 4 people. Not going to say it's impossible. It's just highly improbable. It's not practical. I got 4 people. Ghostman training is a fun thing to do. Mostly done in Kung Fu training. So always remember the guy in the back first. I put those tomato grates out for 3-man attack for a reason. This guy, and this guy, and then that guy. Why? Because I can still see that guy. Can't see this guy, I can still see these 2 guys. So, I can do Captain America shit. Boom, and boom. But this guy would have got me. And then this guy would have got me. So your first move should be boom, 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 boom. Yeah, all that shit was basic. It wasn't this. Boom. Can be done. I'm one of the people that invented that kick. Trust me. Can be done. I've done it. I field tested it. It can be done. But see, here's that thing. When I was doing it on people who have never seen shit like that before. Alright? This is why I said, knowing how, knowing where, knowing when, knowing what, knowing who. You need to know who you're fighting. You need to know how to fight them. You need to know where you're fighting. You need to know why you're fighting. And more importantly, you need to know what to do when you are outnumbered. Why? Because if I take out this guy and this guy, I still got to deal with these two. When I used to train as a child, I did ghost man training because that's what I was taught to do. I got 4 guys. And then you do the 5-man maneuver. So you have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 1 on the side. Or you switch them around. You have 4 in the front and 1 in the back. Your first opponent, boom, is that bad guy. This guy comes in, boom, 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 boom. You know, this is your ghost man training. You know, it looks like a fucking fool, but it works because it prepares you for everything at every angle. Guys coming right, boom. Guys coming left, boom. Guys coming forward, boom. Guys coming back, boom. Guys coming in an oddward position, boom. You need those. And you need to train. You go to the dojo, you train for 45 minutes to an hour. You come home, you can put 20 back in. And everybody's going to say, why do you got to keep training after you leave the dojo? Go back to the first video. You have to breathe, eat, sleep, and drink this shit on a daily basis. Kung Fu is not an exercise. It is a way of life. It becomes a part of you. Let me reword that. Martial arts is not exercise. It is a way of life. Martial arts becomes you. You become the martial artist. And anyone who's not teaching you these little things, they aren't teaching you in your best interests. Alright? Now, I got 202 of you who follow me, and I thank you for it. But for everybody who just came to Instagram, or from Instagram, and for everybody on TikTok, I'm telling you the truth. Other people that you're watching, they're showing you some things that work, but they're not telling you the truth. They're not telling you, hey, getting kicked in the face fucking hurts. You might not get the fuck up. Getting kicked while you're down, you got 5 motherfucking people on top of you. They're not telling you the fetal position because you're going to need to protect your center line. So you got many different fetal positions. Most people just go into the natural. But, you know, you got to be able to protect your head and your gut. Mostly, if I'm in the fetal position, I'm going to protect my head. Protect my head and my testicles. Nothing else really fucking matters to me. I'm kind of ugly in the face, but I'm still going to protect my head. You know, boom, boom, boom. You know, you got to get in that fetal position. You got to protect yourself. You have to. You have to know how to get out of the fetal position, especially when you're getting choked. Most of the martial artists that y'all find ain't telling y'all that shit because they've probably never been in a motherfucking real fight a day in their life. I have a belt too. It's brown. I got 4 guys. I have a weapon. Understand what I just did? Boom, 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 boom. As a martial artist, and if they don't teach you this, then they should probably close their dojo. Everything that you touch becomes an extension of your skill set. It becomes a part of your arsenal. Now, normally, I would tell people if what I just did was correct, which it wasn't, what I should have done was do it like this and use the buckle. Boom, boom. What I did was I whipped it out, folded it. Boom, boom. Now, honestly, yeah, it's just going to sting them. It's only going to piss them the fuck off. But see, people who have black belts also have false sense of security sometimes. That belt doesn't mean you're a good fighter. It just means you earned it by either breaking a board, doing a kata, or working a fight scene. All schools are different. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of people coming at me about that shit for martial arts, with martial artists. But hey, at least I tell you the motherfucking truth. Everything on your person should be classified as a weapon. Your shirt, your pants. I'm pretty sure you're not going to rip off your pants for a fight. No one's going to give you the chance to do what I just did, by the way. But if you're going to get prep time, the bottom of your shirt now, whatever weapon they got, you have something. It might not be classified as combat ready, but you have something. You have something. Something is better than nothing when you're outnumbered. You know? If I could afford a new shirt, I would have just ripped it and then tied it in a knot at both ends, because then I'd have a weapon. There's no knot here, so make sure that you don't lose your grip. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I know you're all thinking, oh, that was some Xenos shit. No, that's some real life shit, because there's a knot in this shirt. And if you don't believe that, here's a tip. Please don't try this at home, but here's a tip. If you think that the knot in the shirt doesn't work, volunteer for your friends or your family members to take off their shirt. Watch carefully so you understand how this works. Roll it. Now you see how I got this knot? Now you see how I make the knot. Roll it on through. Let them hit you with this bitch, in case you think that this is bullshit. I.e., how, when, why, where, what. None of that shit's in alphabetical order. But like I said, basics. Now see, with that knot in the shirt, you can do just as much damage with a knot in your shirt as you can do with a pair of nunchucks. You can take a regular ass belt and use that buckle as a weapon amongst your foe. You can beat somebody's ass with a fanny pack. But you gotta know how. You gotta know when. You gotta know why. You gotta know where. Because here's that thing. If you get into any kind of fucking fight, any kind of scuffle, and let's say you're not good with your hands and your feet, doesn't mean you're gonna lose. It just means you have to work harder. Which is something else that these martial artists that y'all all follow but refuse to follow me is telling you. And why? Because y'all want to see excitement. Y'all want to see movie stuff. Well, guess what? I want to make movies for the rest of my life. Is it happening right now? No. Will it happen? Fuck yeah, as long as I don't give up. Problem is really simple, though. No one wants to see a 5'3" guy beat everybody's ass. If I'm fighting you and I got a knot in my shirt and I tied it up and I'm beating you and it's not slowing you down, I'm going to choke the shit out of you with the shirt. I'm going to get behind your neck, I'm going to put my knee in your fucking back, and I'm going to reel on that motherfucker till you turn blue. If you don't turn blue, once you stop fucking twitching, I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to kill you, I'm just going to make you wish you were dead. But don't think because I'm tiny that I can't fuck your shit up. Don't think because you're a giant that your size is going to lead you to an instant victory. The only way you can have an instant victory over somebody like me is if I don't see you coming. Like if somebody walked up behind me right now, BOW! Smacked me in the back of the head, my head hits the floor, I'm probably either going to go to a coma, I'm probably going to die, but I didn't see the motherfucker coming. But I just told y'all, don't sneak up on me. Because I have no reflex control. And I'm always watching my back through my proverbial. And no, I didn't say that properly, but y'all know the fucking drill. That's the problem. A lot of people won't tell y'all the truth, and I'm going to tell you the hardcore truth, and you're not going to fucking like that shit. Somebody's coming over here, and I'm looking at you, boom! Oops, I just kicked the girl off a skateboard. She looked at me like it was a threat from where I was seeing her. Shit happens. Accidents happen all the time. But this is also why you train. You train so that you don't have accidents. I had to learn that when I was 23, when I fucking split my father's shit. It wasn't intentional. It was far from intentional. It was a reflex action. And again, he got off lucky because what I was trained to do was grab, break, and then elbow. I missed 2 sections, thank God. And I just fired off an elbow. BAM! Didn't even think my arms were long enough. But I guess I didn't measure the distance. Which is another thing. You have to understand distance. I don't have to maintain the distance because I'm short. I have to get in to do damage to anybody. I'm 5'3", and I have a wedgie. You'll probably see that again before this is over. The thing about fighting, my arm is this long. With the fist, it's still the same length. It's just missing a centimeter or two. I'm going for a snake strike or a crane snake. My fingertips better be hitting soft flesh and not hard flesh, so I'm going for the throat. Or I'm going for a sternum strike. Boom, boom. Because otherwise I'm going to break my hands. And we don't want that. I'm going for a block the strike. Block the strike. You know. I got to recognize what kind of punch you're throwing at me. So if you're throwing a jab, my job, because usually a left jab is coming to the right side of my face, is to step right, snap the arm, and strike back. Snap the arm, pull. I have the knee to any part of your belly. Maybe a rib. Something that's going to slow you down or permanently stop you is what I'm going to do. Now understand, I'm telling you this, but I know in my head, shit's going to change when the fight starts, which is something else we need to cover. Fights always start rough. Nothing ever works out the way you think it's going to work out. All right? You can train till the cows come home. And I like to tell people, especially people who are bigger than me, who always think they're going to whoop my ass, and I always tell them, it's never going to work out the way you think. And they're like, well, how you know it's going to work out the way you think? I don't. But I also don't give a fuck. Because I know that once you throw that punch at me, it's all go from there. And once the fight starts, I don't have to play nice. I get to break some shit on your body. So if you're thinking about doing stupid shit, let me do what I always do. I send warnings, not invitations. The same thing I tell people when you read your comments, or you get on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram and someone says, oh, you ain't shit, I'll come to your house and beat your ass. You will come to my house. You're not guaranteed that you're going to beat my ass. You might. I'm not going to say you can't. But you're not guaranteed that shit. Because here's that thing. You done came all the way across town, across the city, across the country, across the world for a fight from some tiny little guy on the internet that you just want to see if he was legit. 9 times out of 10, those fights don't work out for the guy that came all the way across town, or the guy that came across the city, or across the state, or across the world. Because that guy strongly believes, without a shadow of a doubt, that they're going to beat your ass. They strongly believe that shit. Because they, for some odd-ass reason, they don't know you. They don't know your story. They don't know what they've been through. They watch your shit on TV or YouTube or whatever. And the first thing they say is, oh, this motherfucker thinks he's a badass. I'm going to go rearrange his dental work. Okay. Good for you. Just remember, you can come here and I can shoot you. Without motherfucking question. I don't own a gun, but you can come here and get shot. Was it worth it? When they burying your ass, oh, they're going to lock me up. But then they're going to go back and watch all my videos. They're going to go back and watch all your videos. And they're going to ask people, well, why the hell did this guy want to come all the way across town to pick a fight? Stupidity. Stupidity leads you to victory. On the other end of that. Stupidity leads you to defeat. Stupidity leads you to getting shot. Stupidity leads you to a lot of things that ain't worth it. You know? There's a lot of cats that I watch. Not one time do I go in their comments and say, you full of shit. You fucking up. That's bullshit. No, because here's that thing about martial arts. I might not have been taught the shit they know. They damn sure won't taught the shit I know. Fight's going to be good if it's a sanctioned fight. Fight's not going to be good if I pack my shit, fly to Japan, and try to fight some goddamn body because, oh, your Japanese style is no good. I must come and fuck your shit up. I may go to Japan and never come the fuck back home because I went over there and started some shit, and now I'm dead. I went to a foreign country and picked a fight. I deserved whatever I got because I was stupid enough to go to a foreign country and fight some damn body who I ain't never met, who I ain't never had a training session with, who I ain't never battled, who I didn't pay attention to the shit coming out of everybody's mouth. Oh, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him. He's a bad motherfucker. Don't fuck with him. Well, here's the thing. They say it in wrestling all the time. Everybody's a bad motherfucker till they get hit in the mouth. But what is that 1 in a million chance that I go all the way over there to that bad motherfucker? I hit him in the mouth. He don't leak. He don't flinch. He don't twitch. He beats the brakes off my ass. It can happen. The first time that you think you can't be beat is the time you are going to be beat. Understand that shit. I learned at a young age that I can't be beaten because I have an older sister who used to beat my ass all the fucking time, which made it easier for me to not get beat when I got in the real fights because that shit's unpleasant. So when I had to go get in the fights with my uncles used to drag me, it's like, fear is a motivator. I'm more afraid of them and losing than I am of the consequences of beating somebody else's ass. And that's something that I've been working with, of that not being that way. But I'm no longer that 6-year-old kid. Alright? 49 now. My uncles know not to fuck with me. Specifically the one that tried to fucking put me in a headlock. You know? They know not to fuck with me. See, here's the bottom line of that. Be careful of the monsters in which you create. Because what you create, you can't always control. And once you lose control of your monster, once your monster is unleashed, everything in front of it becomes its feast. That's a nursery rhyme for y'all. I made it up myself. But anyway, you have to understand how you get into situations. I have done shit that I can't do in here as a demonstration, but I wish I could. I have done shit in high school that have shot black belts, sparring with them. I would run up the wall, Captain America style, and swing at them and do some shit they've never seen before. And they'll look at me and be like, I didn't learn that in the dojo. And I'll tell them, neither did I. I learned that shit on the streets because I was a street fighter from the age of 6 to 12. And when you're fighting in a fight, you only think that things aren't possible because you haven't tried them. Well, here's a tip. I didn't have a fucking choice. I wasn't about to lose. I read that shit in a Captain America comic. Who the fuck knew this shit would work? And for the guy who keeps doing the Superman punch, for y'all information, that's actually Captain America. But his is a punch and a kick at the same time. If you ever seen the very first Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s, where Raphael does this, boom! Yeah, I started it first. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's gonna say, oh, sure you started it first, sure you started it first. I got witnesses. I was doing that shit before that damn martial art fucking phenomenon happened with the Ninja Turtles. I was always doing that shit in the projects. Swinging off walls, doing all kinds of shit. I started that shit first. Alright? Sparring matches at school, 2-on-1 in fucking Buford. I started that shit. So, whoever's taking my moves and using them, I like to get paid for some of that shit. Because no one would give me a fucking chance. But yeah, I started the run up. Boom! I started that shit. It wasn't the Superman punch, it was the Captain America punch. But it was also supposed to be a kick with it. So you're boom at the same time. I started that shit. And everybody's gonna probably say something that's like, hey, I'm 49 years old. What proof do you have that I didn't start it? Oh, you have proof that I didn't start it because you didn't see me do it on camera. Well, here's the thing. Back in the 90s, only rich people had cameras. Only rich people. We have that shit. When we moved over here, we didn't have that shit. I got my first video camera when I was 21. It was a gift from my stepmother. I still have it. It's obsolete. It's broken because Con Air broke it and wouldn't replace it. But it's mine. After I got that camera is when I hurt my father at 23. Had it for about a year. Has a VHS tape thing. Learned how to work it. Was doing pretty good at this shit. Right? It's hard to have anybody notice you when you're 5'3". So it's time for Echo Fan Grey Wolf to make a lot of fucking noise. Alright? Now there will be kicks that you can use and you can avoid. Like this capoeira kick. Boom! You gotta know when to use that shit. You go in against somebody with capoeira and you don't know capoeira, drunken master sway. You're gonna have to figure shit out on the battlefield. And this is the thing that all martial artists aren't teaching you. Everything in the dojo ain't for the dojo. Everything in the dojo don't always work in the street. That's why my 30-70 rule comes in. 70% of what you learn in the dojo will only work in that dojo. 30% of what you learn in that dojo will work in the street every fucking time. If taught properly, if practiced, if you go to school and you only go 3 days a week and you only put that time in there and you go home and you grab a cigarette, you grab a beer, you grab some Cheetos, you Netflix and chill. You don't train all the time that you can find a spare moment to train, you're going to get fucked up. I'm sorry. You are going to get fucked up. Alright? You may not want to hear that shit. I give you 99.9. And if you've been on YouTube and Kung Fu Havoc number 2 from the beginning, you know I give you 99.9. Because if I tell you a fucking lie and you go out and try it, you're going to fucking die. Alright? Anybody can spring off the wall and throw a punch. Anybody can spring off the wall and throw a kick. But you got to practice that shit. Because if you don't practice that shit, you're not going to know. Now, Shannon Lee came across my FYP the other day, and she did this quote, and I'm going to do the same quote. It's going to be a little fucked up because I don't remember the whole damn thing. But she said that Bruce Lee's favorite quote was, don't be afraid of the guy that practices 1,000 kicks 10 times. Be afraid of the guy that practices one kick 10,000 times. I probably got that in reverse. I'm sorry, Shannon Lee, if I did. And I miss your father like you do. But I'm letting y'all fucking know. You won't know until you fucking try. But if you don't train, you are going to die. Period. You don't train and you go to learn Kung Fu or Karate or whatever martial art you want to learn. And you go here 3 days a week. That's an hour. Going home. Go eat me some food. Nah, I ain't gonna put no training in. I did all the training at the dojo. No. No, you did not. You eat, breathe, and sleep this shit. Because martial arts is a way of life. It is not just an exercise. It is not something you just get famous off of. Granted, that's not working for me right now, but it someday will. But it is a way of life, and you need to accept it. It is a way of life. And that person that you think ain't dangerous is probably the most dangerous person in the world. That being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.